Right, we're back. Time to continue. I should be reaching the end of the classical portion of the tech tree, and we're reaching the medieval portion in a bit. Dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
People from a planet without flowers would think we must be mad with joy the whole time to have such things about us.
So many flowers. Wait. City in need. I'm just waiting for one of my boats to head over here. Not boat, honestly. I think I put the trireme in it. Deseres to sleep. So. Yeah, I can try. Feathers. There. Sophistication, sure. Why not? Bird. Yep, another great hunter. I'm not gonna bother sending it to my capital. The unit. So. Alright, 2 turns, sure. How much? Wow, okay. This will give me about 4 production. Wrong click. This. Oil lamps are a thing, so no. The scary and dangerous pheasant. Oh wow, instant carnival. Just auto copy. Okay, so I should be getting a new great person in about 33 turns. It didn't even mix who it is in Saipon. Yeah, I've already filled out the city with birds. Astonishingly quick, I must say. Yeah, the Calligraphy school's already fairly strong, thanks to all that. Okay, probably should lower crime just a bit. Harvard Master's office. Bazaar. Yeah, that should be good. One of those, at least. Donkeys! Primates. Oh hey, melons.
There are very few human beings who receive the truth complete and staggering by instant illumination. Most of them acquire it fragment by fragment, on a small scale, by successive developments, cellularly, like a laborious mosaic.
Deer herd. Bird, bird. Feather workers themselves are great. But after a while, the sheer quantity of birds does tend to get a bit annoying. Coffee shop first, then. Oh, I don't have a beadworker here? Well, fixed. Furniture maker is also pretty important. Market scales, shrine. Gem cutter. Market. Locksmith. There. Oh, right. That's what. Settler unit. Okay. Where to place? I could place right here. That wouldn't cover up any of the resources, which means I could exploit them in full, and bring me within relatively easy reach of at least a couple of these, like this one over here, I guess. And I could, well, I could reach these two resources eventually. But that does leave the bamboo forest out entirely. Also, this, well, that's going to be impossible unless I start right there. That leaves so much open space. Yeah, let's do it here. Difficult decision time, as always. I don't know Pays to be sure, but... oh no. Oh, come on. Not the opossum. Pickard? Snake charmer. The sheer of commerce the city has. The city desperately needs more engineers, that's for sure. Okay. Don't need to worry about that then. Two more turns and then I get a settler. Yeah, okay, fine. Hmm. That's off my treasury. At least the libraries take a long while before they end up, well, obsoleted. City Council. Anyway, time for you to get your road signs. Oh, there's just a bunch of birds. Crime is okay, I guess. I feel a bit better if I had something to improve the stat, even if only slightly. Oil lamp it is, I guess. Okay, that's enough for now. Oh, oh, okay, libraries are permanent. That's really cool. Of course, the sheer amount of time to convert that gold into science equivalent. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm no longer the wealthiest. Apparently someone has 20,000 wealth or something in their treasury. Gold, whatever. Go, a new city. And I'm losing money. Glorious start. Okay, regatherer, top priority.
The reason the Romans built their great paved highways was because they had such inconvenient footwear.
Well, okay. Now comes the decision. Do I want to go through with the investment of founding a religion and dealing with the consequences of such a thing? Nah, I'm not particularly interested. Medieval lifestyle, let's go. Off to the next era. Oh, immediate goat. Oh, shoot. I am not using View for anything but the amphibian pod. So, unless every city has exhausted the options somehow. Kangaroo camp? The turns are definitely starting to slow down. I could probably mess about with something on my second screen and... Okay, how dare you? Okay, fine, if there's two of them. Nope, I cannot mess about on my second screen without um, being too slow. Prevent the game from doing that. I could potentially build roads, pave roads everywhere, but I do not want to inflict that upon myself for a while. Unless, of course, oh wow, the quarry has found obsidian. Okay. Unless I have nothing better to do, which does seem to be the case. I'll at least get those connections set up in directions that I'm likely to use. Like, I'll start from my capital and head towards this general direction, because, yeah. Okay, elephant herd. Monkey. Wait, that's a trained wolf. Okay. There. Yeah, not unless that thing that I want to do takes like 5 seconds. There's just not enough time for me to do anything on the second screen. Sad. Ooh! Herding dog trainer. There. Hawking that. Take. There's bison here. Of course there is. I'll rectify that. Mine. This is why I don't build very many water tower improvements. It's just so easy for a ship to come along and pillage and you can't do anything about it. Not without training up a ship, because I only have 3 boats. And usually that's enough for my needs. Especially once airplanes become a thing. And then I can partially ignore things like distance entirely. You know, the silly little things that don't really matter. I'll take a great artist. I would not be surprised the paved road ends up being like 0.4 movement points. Seems like the most reasonable step after 0.6 and 0.8. How does Zebra get close to Honolulu? Ah, game can be silly sometimes. I say sometimes. Much of the time. Also, didn't I receive a great artist? I thought I did. Nope. Maybe it's a great artist specialist. Yeah, okay. Yep. It was not a great artist, great person. I got a specialist. Still 12 culture per turn, which is a bit. Sounds. Game sounds. The water clock will be automatically built in a bit. Disease is fine. Water trawl. I'll bring the flammability down. Hmm. There it is. I was expecting more. Moa remains. Lovely. Tobacco plantation. Porcelain workshop. I don't have any carpets, so that could influence things. Having access to the carpet could. Possibly getting me even more cash, which I kind of need to fuel all this. The maintenance costs love to skyrocket, so... Yeah, let's get you sophistication. Unnecessarily loud, I must say. Oh hey, paved roads. Brick bridge. Platinum mine. I don't have any perfume, so... Jeez, I definitely need to ensure that I have a reasonable amount of money.
At his most characteristic, medieval man was not a dreamer nor a wanderer. He was an organizer, a codifier, a builder of systems.
Folklore has almost completely lost its scientific component, but it's producing even more culture. There we go, I get a free tech. Now... Straight up engineering. Let's see here. Engineering school. Engineering school. Engineering school. What unlocks this? Why don't I see it on the list? Buildings enabled. Why doesn't it show the enabled buildings on the list? The engineering school. Welcome to another one of the big ones of production.
The designer knows he has achieved perfection, not when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away.
And it's very basic. It's 3 production and 1 science. With architecture, it gains 4 production. With surveying, it gains another 4 production. With civil engineering, it gains another 6. It's one of those that likes to build up over time. And even just 2 more techs, which are right after it, mind you. Literally, it gains another 8 production and turn into an 11 production powerhouse. It's almost ludicrous how quickly that goes. Huh, there we go. Dealt with. It's gonna be more efficient than the road signs as soon as it's built. So, plus it also provides me with a little bit of science. Not much, but enough to be fun. Where were you this entire time? Combat 5. Be dangerous. Be scary. Great scientist. Don't think I've gotten that one yet. That's nice. Very nice. Obsolete with personal computers, but plus 25% science. And plus 4% culture, and 20 education toward ensuring that the city remains at the top level. Yeah. Yeah. It's gone with PCs, but it'll get me more science than turning them into a great person. A lot more science. Short-term reward, but it'll get me far. Don't worry, this only happens on the first academy you build, because you can build them in any city. Every city, if you so choose. Good luck managing to do so, because each one requires a great scientist. Yes, I'm sending a thylacine for a marsupial exhibit. There we go, the water clocks in every city. It's practically a requirement. Part of the reason why I built it. Engineering school, road science. It would not become better by the time I built it. That will have to take 3 turns. But I am a-okay with that one. Okay. Cities grow when building with food. Whoa, that's an interesting buff. Hmm. The next city is Hangaro. Still takes 100 turns, but... Well, what's 100 turns in a game that lasts 20,000? Oh, right. 1 turn in a 200 turn game. I did say this game would take a while. Dog. Oh yeah, I should send workers that way. And there are aspects that I haven't actually set up properly yet. Oh god, that upgraded. Resolve, please. And you can actually handle the stuff over here. Let's get the cocoa first. I don't know if I actually have cocoa, so... I don't remember improving a resource of cocoa. It doesn't mean I haven't conquered something that provides a resource of cocoa. Anyway, let's hope that one can get through. There is a ranger nearby though, so... Unless I get unlucky and something spawns, it should be fine. You know, bears. Still bears mentioning. Yep. Clear assignment getting older slowly over time. I'm finding puns funnier and funnier. Especially the ones I make myself. Yes, the hematite gatherer is actually more effective. Now and even once I've researched surveying. Not the tech after it, though. By the time that tech gets researched, yeah. It's no longer the case. Quarry. No, I'm not going around. I have no idea if I might want something in the next set of techs in that city. From the next set of techs in that city. Though it is admittedly mostly housing, so... I could build a farm on a tar pit. Does this remove the tar pit? Do any of these do that? Well, I've got another tar pit somewhere else, so... It would be extremely funny to have a village there. Perhaps not the safest thing. slaughterhouse, for sure. That engineering school might not even be done before the tech after surveying. I've already forgotten what it is. Architecture? I think it's architecture. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's architecture. Yeah, don't mind me. I have a memory that only lasts, a short-term memory that can't last much longer than 10 minutes. The amount of science I've been getting from these tales does seem to have been bumping up lately. Though not by much. 94 is like 1% of my science output per turn. And it's kind of pitiful. It does get me along faster. Platypus tail. Send it to every city. And should I bother to build it, it's another taxonomy tail.
Old surveyors never die. They just seek new horizons.
Anyway, bunch of new buildings. Housing buildings. To fit the, oh well, medieval aesthetic. There's also the surveyor's office, which is plus 15% production. I was not expecting a picture from the Croods, but okay. Oh, camp. Goat herd. Not within city reaches, actual city reaches, so. Yeah. Because the thing is, I need vision on land and sea tiles, at least coastal tiles. If I don't have vision on, well, land tiles that I don't have vision on can spawn barbarians. Same holds true for water tiles. They can spawn barbarians. Assuming they're not completely overrun with animals, which is what these islands are, so it's mostly okay. If animals cover every tile, there's just no room for a barbarian to spawn. But water tiles, I need to keep an eye on them too, because it can spawn barbarian boats. They usually have cargo space. Wow, okay. Surveyor's office. And the ones that have cargo space can spawn with units on them. And even if they don't have units on them, well, it's quite likely for the end result to be, oh, time to pillage a few fishing boats. So annoying. Especially since this is normal speed and I can't spam build 5 fishing boats in a turn. Oh, I can't even do that now. I'm well aware of that. But the wish still persists. I'm not going to try that. Too dangerous. Too likely to run into some sort of animal that will cause problems. No, there's just not going to be anything that needs a war herd anywhere soon. Close. Deer camp. Yes, just make the base production even more valuable. I'm thinking of maybe building a wonder here. But what to build? Grand Marine Festival sounds grand. I might build hunter ships with it. Though they'll probably just be exploration ships because, well, they could do the job well enough. Birds. I'm gonna need an engineering school at some point. I'm running into the feeling that it might actually be best to build it right at this moment. Oh no. Oh no. It really is the case. I'll reevaluate my options after that's been built. Yeah, the choice becomes even more stupidly one-sided once architecture is done. Bird. Hawk. Caw. Yes, pretty much all the songs in the medieval era have this religious-esque choir. So, get used to hearing that a lot. The fun songs are gone. A lot of the classical ones are fun, at least in my opinion. Bear with me, the engineering school's better. Because as soon as that one's constructed, it's going to get a 4 production buff. At least, as soon as it's constructed in Nomea. Wolf enclosure, dog breeder. Scientific method is Renaissance. It's too far away. And a lot more animals can create a wolf enclosure on the dog breeder, so. And practically every animal that can create the dog breeder. Yeah. Manta ray folklore. Shepherd. Anyway, that's another city that I definitely should send the parrots to. Huh? You don't have the Oceanian? How? Alright, I conquered you. That means you probably don't actually have it automatically, despite being 100% Polynesian by now. Although this one changes way faster with the different things, admittedly, so... Okay, that should be enough gold production for a bit. Could pay for another city. Because I do want to build those as fast as possible. The more cities I build, the more science I can build, and therefore the faster I can get through the research tree, etc., etc. Build a wetlands camp. I want to wait on removing the swamp until I get the possibility of getting production out of it. It indicates that I can. I don't know if that's actually the case. It might just be that it's built off of the removal of forests, which, well, produce production, yes. But the only one with, yeah. I need to figure out Hippocratic Oath. I'll look the Almagest. That one expires quick. Heliocentrism. Takes no prisoners. It really doesn't. Okay, surveyor's office and then a bunch of cheap gold buildings. If I bring in a bunch of cheap gold buildings into a lot of cities, it can easily pay for the maintenance costs that come up. And start filling the treasury. I want to get stupid amounts of gold, if only so that in case something silly happens, I have stupid amounts that don't care about the gold. You know, like how I was in the early game, where I just, well, maybe not early game, but after the first, between 1,000 and 2,000 turns, I could just go throw gold at any problem that I wanted. Well, not any problem, but whenever a problem came up that asked for gold, I could solve it immediately. No questions asked. And that was nice to have. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, exactly what I expected. 0.4 movement from the paved roads. What can I say? The modders are consistent. Extremely so. Prime Timber Camp? Of course. Surveyor's Office? Sure. Grove Timber. Not sure what the Prime Timber is, but... Well, I mean, Prime Timber is amazing. Yeah, I really don't see it anywhere. But if you say you've got Prime Timber in the vicinity, I might... Oh, there. You're not the one using it, right? Oh, that makes it even better. You're close enough to benefit from the effects too, which is even nicer. It's gotten to the point in the game where as soon as I get that, I can build it extremely quickly, so. Engineering school. Surveyor's office, other than those two farms. Engineering schools are top quality. Duck. My biggest fear right now is getting to the point where the rate of turns is less than 1 per minute, because, well, I don't think I need to explain why this is not good. It is, after all, 20,000 turns. If I can only do 1 per minute, that's 20,000 minutes. And I can math hard enough to know that's a lot of days. A lot of days. Don't want to deal with a lot of days. Okay, even if I have that, I have plenty of spare crime usage. I can reinvest in gold production. Not the grocer. Grocer's bad. Bazaar better. Yeah, I don't think architecture actually provides actual buildings. It's wonders, including the national wonder that is skill. Yep, I don't need a tar gatherer. Just build the town on top of the tar pit. What could possibly go wrong? I cannot actually build the engineering school because I need to have a library first. No. Mathematics? No. Trading post or shopping district or university? Well. So if I can get a production in... No, nothing's fast enough. Trading post it is. It is worth it.
Architecture aims at eternity.
Oh, it also obsoletes the Valley of the Kings effect. So I lose 6 culture and 2 great person doctor in the capital. As well as 6 tourism per turn, but... Might be smart to work towards the guild system. Yeah, right. That's right. It's gonna help with my gold issue. Of course, for that I need feudalism. Civil service would also help a bit. Sure. Well, I could also do optics. +1 side across water? Oh, that one's fun. Well, that requires alchemy. Oh. Yeah, let's go for rat catching first. Rats are very much a nuisance, so dealing with them will help with quite a bit. Food, production too. Right. Engineering school, top priority in every city. Although I'm not particularly willing to mess with production queues that are currently in use. That sounds like too much work. Forgot to send them a call. Great. Although the city that could use the parrots is not the safest place to be for a random animal, so. Ooh, okay. Crime. Yeah, Let's not do that then. Ooh, negotiator's hut. Not the button I wanted to click, but sure. I guess. I'll get to the parrots later, so there, and head here. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just have the workers build from place to place as they move along. It's not that important, it gives my hunters an extra turn of movement. Which is not that much. At least assuming that they have 2 movement. It turns their movement from 4 tiles to 5. If they have 3 movement, it becomes a different story. With a 0.6, 3 movement is 5 tiles. Yeah, exactly 5. With 0.4, it becomes 8. Now, I could in theory ask the workers to automate building infrastructure. But I've already become extremely suspicious of their abilities to handle automation, which is why I'm not automating the workers. But hey, my science output has jumped from like just under 10,000 to 15,000 in a very short amount of time. Diamond source. Where? Nice. Great source of commerce. Not production, but commerce matters a bit more. Grand Marine Festival. It's annoying that the one building that gives you Sea Hunters is a wonder. But hey, I can work platinum now. And how cool is that? All city water towers plus what? Whoa. I don't need a farming temple. Hmm. Hmm. Sure. Faster production of ancient customs. Yeah, can't really be avoided, can it? 8 libraries. Well, that just means I'm gonna need to build the Great Library at some point. Just to see what that extra option does. Drat, I wasn't fast enough. Oh. Two extra signs from all libraries? I'll take it. I literally, that was plus 2 signs in one library. Which is okay, I guess. Nothing amazing. Nothing to really get excited about. Mildly disappointing. Okay. Well, yeah, but that's more efficient. Maybe not technically efficient, but I'd rather get same efficiency early than same efficiency later.
The alchemists, in their search for gold, discovered many other things of greater value.
Alchemy was among the first modern sciences. The concept of coming up with an idea and checking in the real world if it makes sense was built from alchemy. Of course, anyone attempting to do alchemy in the modern day is an idiot. So, just so that everyone's aware. Alchemist lab. Yep. At least this thing will be building faster because another city will construct the Wonder before that gets done. Unless, of course, I build a lumber mill at a reasonable amount of... Not reasonable, but a fairly fast pace. Village. There we go. The engineering school with 11. I think that produces every other option. Which just goes to show how scarily effective that thing is. It's 11 production. How can I say no to that? In 35 turns only. It outperforms every other option. By miles. Again, how exactly am I supposed to say no to that? There, that's the order. Okay, I need to stop at some point, so... Let me handle the city, and then... Okay, I need to build some basic buildings here. Desperately need to build some basic buildings here. Okay. Okay, that's enough of the random positioning of unmoving models. Mostly unmoving models. Yes. Huh, signs output dropped again. That was weird. Must have been something odd. But yes, I'm entered the medieval era, and I'm working my way through some basic stuff. I'm probably gonna go... Ooh, commercial whaling. No. Rendering plant. No. No. Stop. I'm probably gonna go guilds next. +1 production from lumber mill is fantastic. And several things get 4 gold. Also, I can get towns now, which are even stronger than villages. I can get guilds now. And, yeah, the guild system is fairly helpful. Plus unlocks a bunch of new civics, which I am happy to adopt. Yep, guilds. Moving the economies from basic trade to guilds. Hurrying production causes 5 more inflation. Oh, yeah. That's gonna be problematic. But all the other aspects are great. Because the guild hall is a big deal. Plus extra signs from a lot of... Yeah. But agricultural guilds are a big thing. Going from small holding to agricultural guilds, yep. More science in all cities, more production in all cities, trade routes are more valuable, and I don't need quite as much food to grow a city. Plus a new education system that I actually am okay with. Plus 3 free specialists in every city. Yeah. And also even more production in every city. And my units provide more production. There is less... I'm gonna have to be cautious about how much military upkeep is being paid for reasons, but yeah. With a lack of things to do, I think I'm gonna try to go more podcasty next time. That is assuming I remember. Although I admittedly have recorded a lot of times, one after the other, so... Well, not all in one day, that would be ridiculous, but I've done it pretty often and I'm getting a bit tired of the headphone setup, so... I'm probably going to end up doing less tomorrow anyway. Not like I can do much in the morning. Eh. With a bit more time in between recording sessions, I might have an easier idea of picking a topic, thinking things through enough. Maybe do some light research. Instead of randomly quick-ping every time I come across something. And yes, I am sadly still producing more culture than science. Oh well. I did end up getting a new leadership trait at one point, though. I am definitely missing more tails than this. Okay, missing that for sure, but it's like C stuff. Scientific. Even more science production. Anyway, I've definitely gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.